All right, I call the meeting of the Newbury Historical Commission to order May 8th, 2025 at 7:10. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll start on cue. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, minutes for the April meeting. Everybody grab those. Move over them.
It's looking like there might be a fall meeting, I heard.
I hope so.
They can't get all of it. They had 27 warrant items this time. That's not, but they're gonna have those.
But like 20 of them were all the same thing. I know, basically.
Oh, the dam removal, I forgot about that.
Anybody find anything?
That's right. Oh, my God.
I never did.
Nope, I haven't found anything.
You did?
Did? Yeah.
Front page. Eva at the bottom. Eva followed,
Eva will follow up.
no,
No.
there's no will. Go to the beginning of the sentence, paragraph.
Eva followed up with her copy info on lock and dam.
Does that sound like an incorrect sentence to you?
No.
No copy of information?
There you go. My brain just skips over things like that.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
We'll talk about that on old business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any errors or omissions? I'll entertain a motion to accept as written.
I move that we accept the minutes of the Thursday, April 10th meeting as written.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, treasurer's report. Did you get that email today, Mr. Treasurer?
I'm not sure. Which one?
From the town, assistant town accountant about your balance? So you haven't seen your,
I haven't checked my email. I was walking with these fifth graders most of the day.
okay.
What
So
was
you've
it?
got correspond, you've got mail.
I got mail. And what was
I
it
sent it
reference
to
to?
you. Running out of money.
Oh,
Who?
I honestly only scanned it.
Oh,
because
okay.
I was at work and it's like, oh,
I've
that's
got,
a
I've got
lot.
the budget. Yeah.
Okay.
And that agrees with our numbers.
Okay,
The expenditure. report.
Expenditures, yeah.
Yeah.
That agrees, except for one account, which we don't agree with.
Now you can attach it to your
Okay,
file.
thanks. Yeah.
okay, go forth with.
So here's the rest of this is copy for everybody.
I just gave you.
And one extra. You get two.
Oh, goody.
So, well, there's nothing that's really changed. Jan's got a couple of things she wants us to buy. I'm gonna go through, all of the, printed material, see if there's anything that we're short on before the summer starts. I haven't put out the, porta potty yet. for a reason. I like to put it out early because the kids can use it when they're playing, but they're now appearing in the hundreds. And there's cars parked all over that thing, and if we put that out there,
It'll get gross fast.
and after 3 days of using that, because it only gets cleaned once a week,
It's
I
true.
don't want to get them mad at us, to be truthful. We get a good price for it.
So do you wanna wait till closer to
I'm just,
Memorial Day?
wonder why
I'm
it's
just
so
keeping my eye on when these
Why
games
is there
go
so much
down a little
traffic there
bit.
now?
It's because it's T-ball and stuff, right?
Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah.
Tonight, there were only about maybe 12 people out there. That's what it used to be, and that was cool, because they're not gonna, a
Right.
couple of people will use it.
Some moms
But
will be
when
thankful.
they're out there having actual games,
Yeah.
and literally both sides of the road were all parked cars and on down the road. And there was some kind of a game going on out there, so there were just too many people. So I'm gonna hold off a little bit. I usually put it out in the beginning of May. And there's just been too much activity.
Wow.
And what they need is 3 of them out there,
Or it sounds like the town needs to.
Well, that's
put
what I
us
mean.
And not us.
not us.
Well,
Yeah.
in Hamilton, the health department paid for them all, and they distributed them, put them out, and they managed them all and everything.
They,
I'm sure they're gonna be in a problem. They got that many people there, and no porta-john. What are they gonna do?
yeah, that's actually, it's not fun when you're,
Yeah,
I
just the
don't- I don't
kids,
know.
right.
We can come out looking like a hero, I don't know. It's only, well,
Okay.
at your discretion.
We'd have to get,
we'd have to
one
have,
would not be sufficient for the crowds that are there.
or we just would have to have them come and clean it like weekly.
They already do
They
that.
already do it weekly.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we do it weekly.
Well, that's why it's always so clean compared to the one at the landing dock, which does not get cleaned weekly.
Yeah, yeah, I set the
So what do we
terms.
want to do then?
Well, right now, I'm just holding off to see what happens.
I'd
All
say
right.
wait, because if
Yeah,
it becomes a
well,
problem, somebody's gonna complain to the town,
Right.
and the town will put one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
We
we
don't,
might be off the hook.
and we don't
Yeah.
have it in our budget
Yeah,
to
I mean, really, I would
do
think.
that. We've only got it for one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what else on the
Okay.
treasury
Okay.
report?
Yeah, so anyway, everything else in there is pretty much the same. So there'll be some purchases out of the gift and donations, although I'll probably take out of the general fund, because we still have effectively about almost $800 in the general fund. And so maybe I'll just see what we need and buy it with the general. Oh, I wouldn't take the water things out of that would come out of the general fund. That wouldn't come out of gifts and donations. I usually just do the printing out of that.
Okay.
So I'll take a look at it, see how big it's gonna be.
Are all your printing projects done?
No, I was trying to say, I've got to go in and take the inventory and see which ones are short, and then I'll have the stuff.
And what
ready.
about all of our cards and postcards and all?
No, I do everything.
The map,
Yeah.
what
I do
about the
everything.
yearly maps?
Oh, you mean the
Visitor's guide.
the brochure, the little 3 thing with the map inside of it? Yeah.
We doing all right?
I haven't gone over yet. I think we do. I think we've got enough right now.
I feel like we had a lot at the end of the
Well, we
year.
have to have everything in to them by the beginning of July, but the expenses have to be through June 30th.
Yeah,
And this is May 8th.
yeah.
So,
But if we've got some that we're almost out of.
right, I mean,
Yeah.
but so we have time to go get
Yeah.
stuff planned,
And-
get a
and
bill and
print
get
it.
it in. It's not a big,
No, not
as
at
long
all.
as we get it done.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. And there's plenty of money, so that's not an issue.
What about other annual we're okay with the flag?
Well, we got new flags 2 years ago, but I got a good one.
Other supplies for running the place during the summer?
Just the dehumidifier buckets.
Yeah, I asked to
Usually
get
those.
the, you know.
The dry, those
Oh,
damp
damp
buckets,
Yeah.
those
I
are
have
good.
not put up the shades yet. I've got to get over there and put the shades up. So the windows are all done. They look great. But
Do we
I've
need
gotta-
new, like, window fans or anything like that? Those get
Um,
gross after a while, I just,
No, I think those are.
They're
are they all right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's not like they're
used a lot,
only
yeah.
in there for a couple of days on weekends.
That's true. It's not like me that runs my fans all the time. I get all,
Yeah, they do, well, they do.
yeah.
So, but
I
this is a
did
little
go up.
different
I did go up into
situation.
the attic, and the attic is kind of a mess.
Shocking.
I know, I mean, it looks like it's been, somebody has come through, maybe the guys when they were trying to get that window in the back, I'm not
Yeah.
sure what happened,
Yeah.
but there, you know, that
Stuff
one
has been
bench that was
moved around
up there,
up
it's kind of sticking up in the air
Yeah.
toward the ceiling, so somebody
Yeah, I was up
has
there last week.
moved a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
But the good thing is, I was out there in the worst of the rain, and there was
Madison
no
Drive.
leak.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, well, you know, they plywooded the entire roof.
Yeah, I saw that, and
Yeah.
you could see the ring nails coming through the existing boards.
Yeah, yeah. They left old shingles there, the old cedar
Yeah.
shingles. But they took off a layer of the regular shingles.
I don't even know why the building inspector would approve that.
Flying over the shingles?
Yeah. I should, I've
Oh.
never done that before.
Oh, well, they did it this time.
Yeah.
Right, you went up and looked up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the nails are coming, when the nails that are coming through to hold the plywood down are through the shingles.
Yeah. Huh.
I didn't know-
Okay.
I don't know what building code is there.
Well,
But anyway, so
building
money-wise,
inspector knew it was going in
Yep.
and everything about it, so.
if anybody can think of anything else we should be doing, we could pull down another one of those maps and see if we want to do
So you do a restoration on it, yeah?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we, when we do
We should. I'm
the
afraid that-
cleanup, why don't we pull all those maps down and open them up and
And
get a
pick
look and
them.
see
Yeah.
what's there?
Yeah.
Okay, when you're talking about maps, you're talking about the ones in the tubes, right?
The ones that, yeah,
The
the
one,
one
no, the
preserved.
ones, there's also
In the
some of the
attic.
pull-down ones up in the attic.
Okay, I thought that's what you were talking
Yeah.
about, but I just wanted to be sure, because the other ones are a totally different ballgame.
No,
No, you only got, sorry.
These are the ones, they're mounted on linen or something, just like
Yeah.
the one that we have,
Yeah.
1853.
yeah.
So you've only got 790 left, so. you're gonna
In
get
fact,
all-
effectively, because of the commitments to the porta potty and
So you've got to get all your printing done.
And I usually take, well, yeah, but we usually take some of the printing out of the gift fund if we need it. But we won't have that much printing guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I knew the bill was getting up pretty high when printing was costing
Well,
more.
we printed a lot last year,
All right.
so I just don't know how many we used.
Would we ever consider any additional postcards?
I mean, if we wanted to do new images or something like that, I mean, it's always,
Did we ever come up with another image to do we just got one postcard or two postcards now?
Well, we got the one that's a sepia and the one that's in color, but they're the same image.
yeah.
And that's in the inside.
Yeah.
We've got that really nice picture that we're using in the local historic district as our picture of choice.
Yeah,
It's an older photograph, while the shutters were still on the school.
Yeah.
But it's just really a nice photograph.
Of the outside of the
school,
building.
of the outside of the
You
school.
do something like that.
Oh,
Is it on the schoolhouse brochure?
no, not that I know. This is something I found somewhere. I don't remember where I even found it, but
But it's an old image,
it's an
basically.
older image, but it's color. It's a color image. It's got,
Gotcha.
yeah. But it just looks nice. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Just looks nice. Oh, and then I've got lots of pictures of the construction when they put the new roof on and putting the windows in.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
email me those.
Who should I
Just
give
email them
them
to me, because then I'll
Stick 'em on
compile
the
them.
website.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I hope we're getting close to getting the 1635 back on the historical commission website page.
that's coming up.
That's part of, yeah, I've got an
All
email.
right, let's do things in
Been
order.
working all this.
So if everything's
Yeah,
okay here,
everything's-
So
you
I
have
to
stuff,
accept
right?
these?
I did speak to
Oh.
Alicia Greco about the special account, and all I got was a promise that if we need the money, we'll have it.
yeah.
What that means nothing.
Yeah.
But,
What
you
does
know,
that be?
Well, it takes
Yeah,
the
it
pop,
was a
the
political
citizens have to
answer.
vote it to
Right.
give us back now.
well, why didn't the citizens have to vote it to take it away? It's a transfer of funds from one
I know.
account to another, right?
Yeah.
I know, I find that to be so frustrating, that
Convenient.
we have to ask permission to get it back when it was,
Nobody
you
had to
know,
ask permission to take it away.
taken away.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah,
frustrating.
I think.
And
Bill's
it
saying,
wasn't taken,
And I'm an accountant.
Yeah.
and it wasn't taken away at the beginning of the year, it was taken away in November.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems to me, again, my whole thing is like precedent. Well, if all three of the accounts are moving over, why wouldn't the fourth one go, or whatever it is?
It's a
like-
different kind of account, it's got a different number to it. It's not on here, I can't show it.
Yeah.
Well, I probably.
And so
I
it was
looked
like,
through
that's
that.
why it wasn't like kind of in a row with ours?
Yeah, these things move over automatically. Well, one moves over, but there's zero in it.
Gotcha.
Anything we don't spend in the general account goes back into free cash.
Right.
So that one in effect.
How many other
That's what
departments
happens.
gave back $4,000 at the end of the year?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
In the middle of the fiscal year.
All right.
Well,
Well,
we
in our
learned
gift-
from
gift
our
fund.
error, and it was a multitude
Right,
of
it's
things
just-
that just all
It was a perfect
combined.
storm.
So, but
Yeah.
I'm just nervous that in theory though, that we go, I mean, I'm considering the way that the voting went, everything was just yes to everything. But like, I'm just nervous that there will be the one that they say no to, and we won't get everything back, you know, and it'll be like,
Well, but not the people
it's
who have
gone.
been here for years and that were part of the 375th,
right.
because that's where the balance of the money is from.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's 6
So,
votes.
mostly.
Yeah.
Well, stick with me on this, it's much nicer that way. They had to sell the coins, they sold the coins, and this is the money. That's what it says at all the historical commission meetings from back then. Well, we'll have
I don't know how, I
another
just,
discussion about that later.
I don't know, I guess I've just like thought of like, how are we gonna even pitch it to people at the
Yeah.
meeting? To be like, hi guys, well, so there was an accounting error, and we would just like our money back. You know what I mean?
It wasn't an accounting error. It was
Okay.
Well, but I mean,
my
like-
fault for not filling out the form.
It's-
All right.
Okay, we're done.
All right.
Laura Green Study Committee report.
Oh, okay, so we gave a presentation to the, planning committee, to Kristen Grubbs and people, and gave them a status report of where we are. In fact, it's right, no, that's my outdoor talk, okay. I thought I had a copy of it here. We gave a presentation at the planning meeting a couple days ago. And the status of the program now is basically, it's done, except we're working, and we're actually working with council on this, but we're just finishing up the language in the bylaw. And once we get that done, it's ready to be approved. So that's kind of the update we gave the planning board.
So if they have an October town meeting, do you
Then
think
we
we'd
could
be
put it
in
on that, otherwise we have to wait till next year. So,
So counting backwards, if it's, so they started preparing for this town meeting in November, which is,
November to April,
how many months?
December, January, February, March, April.
6. So preparation is gonna start right after we finish the old
if
one.
they decide there's gonna be one,
So
but I'm hearing there is.
both, yeah, there will be. So both items that we need in the town, your thing and our thing,
Yeah.
we need to start working on that July 1st
Yeah,
and start getting it in.
get on the agenda, that's the main thing. And I don't think we'll have any trouble getting the historic commission in Boston to get our material back to us. That won't be an issue in time.
Well,
And,
you
and
don't
it's-
know, you need to keep calling now.
Yeah, well, right, we'll keep in touch.
Don't keep waiting.
Yeah. The vote we took, that would be all be willing to go over. So, Mass Historical got back to me on that and said the best way to make that happen is to write that into the bylaw. So that's what we're working on right now.
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah.
So if
Saying
it's
that the
in,
two
if it's
committees
in the
are gonna overlap.
bylaw, then it's better when we try to go and set the thing up. Because the bylaw is recommending it, that's the approach.
Well, that's gonna be time consuming to write, and then town council will have to approve it. So
That's
there's
what we're working on
Another
now.
thing's gonna,
Yeah,
so you're gonna have to write that the members will also be the members of the other committee. You're also gonna have to put in there about if one person gets off of one board, are they on the both board, off the other board? What are the rules?
Because one of the
Yeah.
biggest rules, as I recall, was job requirement, for lack of a better word. Is there a real estate person? Is there a,
two things
Yeah.
that the select board was supposed to go out and try to fill
Try to
those,
find an
those
architect and
positions.
find a realtor.
Yeah,
well, that's the definitions between should and shall.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
would favorably like to have it that way, but the way our boards are nowadays, it can only be, should.
Yeah.
So that section isn't completed yet, and there's another piece that we're still working on. Just, it's the language in it.
Okay. All right, now the long-awaited website report. Let's have an update.
So with that email that we got, hello, is that you? We're all set. So that whole, like, the Joy, you emailed me and
Right,
things like
yeah.
that. And I talked to John, and I actually emailed him, because I was like, just to confirm, like, are we all set? Do I just say it's current, everything's correct, and you're good to go? And you wrote back to me, in the case of your website, you're all set. This memo isn't regarding anything currently on the main NetTown Newbury website
Yeah.
specifically. The merger of the Newbury 1635 website will happen after the migration and redesign process is completed.
Which
So-
is, promise date?
None.
Okay.
But then he'll let me know.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. And then he said to you, he said that you got emails? There was some sort of confirmation about you getting emails?
Oh,
Does
today,
that make
did you
sense?
talk to him today?
Yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah.
I got the camera. He was
Yeah.
like, he's
On
like, let
the
you
.gov?
know, the
On the
emails.
.gov, you got emails?
Because when they upgraded the system with the .gov and they put special precautions, which is fine. I mean, I have to get a texted a code to type in so they know it's really me that's
Yep.
logging in. But now it wants me to put an app on my phone, which my phone does not accept
Yeah.
any apps. So it blocked me out.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get into the email at all because I don't have an
You
app
have
on
a super
my
fancy
phone.
phone, right?
Yes.
I hate stuff like that.
So this, before there was so many chances at it, like, and then now they decided you've had enough time.
Yeah,
so
you're
that's
blocked
it,
now.
you're done. So I had to try to get hold of him and then I was dancing around other people going, does anybody know, is he in there? Because I know he's swamped still.
No, well, he
But-
wasn't there this morning when I went to get the camera, so then I went back in the afternoon, and then that's when I actually,
So
Touch
he
base
called
with
me this morning and, or right around noon or whatever it was, and we walked through the thing and reset it, then he took that thing off. I said, I don't have a problem with the verification code, that's okay, but
yeah, I'm not downloading an app.
my Galaxy 7 phone does not take apps, so,
Not everybody
sorry.
has a smartphone, they have to realize that.
Well,
in
I have a
this world.
smartphone, it's just it's a little on the dumb side, but, you know,
Not that smart.
Well,
it's not quite that
part of me wants to
smart.
get away from smartphones, go back to like rotary dial.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not that bad, although I do still have the rotary dial phone from the
At the
house.
house?
I have mine from
Yeah.
my parents' house in
That's
Lawrence.
awesome.
So let's not, go
So
crazy.
3,
However,
2486.
when we get there, we'll
Was a
get
road.
there.
Yeah.
But,
No.
right, so he got me back up and running so I can, which
Get
is
your
a good
stuff.
thing because Eva sent me some information and if she had, I wouldn't have been able to print it. Because she sent it to me late this afternoon, so,
Frustrating.
so I was like, I'm trying to be as willing as I can be.
So this is access to get to the incoming mail.
Correct.
So you need to type up the instructions. If you get the flu, somebody's got to get
The only
in.
other person who can get in is you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's all new, so I
Now
want,
you really need it.
I really like.
It's not that, it's not complicated.
Don't say it's not that, it's very
It's not
easy.
complicated. Now, this part, it was going to the other thing that was. You go into the usual website, it asks, but the only thing is that you have to make sure that we have the new .gov thing instead of the .com thing when you go in, because your computer remembers the old ones. I can't get it to remember the new one, but that's another story. So then, and you know what the password is.
No, so just get it all, just do it all, please.
He doesn't want you to die. If you die, we're screwed.
We are anyways.
I know, I know.
No, we aren't. I have everything written down at home on a piece of
All right,
paper.
so just copy the piece of
My sister,
paper.
everything that looks on that whole side of the dining room, just pack it up and take it to town hall and say it's for the historical commission. She goes, okay.
So the
But that's what
new
it's not
instructions,
hard.
passwords, everything, I
Yeah,
want it
but
on a
it's-
piece of paper, and I want it in the front of my notebook.
But now that he fixed it, it's back to what it was. I was okay with it, because my credit card does that. It-
Yeah, text me a code and you type
Text
in
to
the
say,
6
yeah,
digits.
make sure it's you,
Yeah.
that's all. And I'm not wrong with that. But then it was doing the app thing that my phone won't app, so excuse me.
MFA, multi-factor.
Dropbox
authentication.
does
Yeah.
that to me too. What is that Dropbox?
Almost everything does it
you
now.
know,
It's frustrating.
You get in, it sends me code.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going.
So that's all fine.
Okay.
So
But
that's,
when that gets fixed and finished and we can get it up
Yeah.
to, but you can still access it out in the World
Yeah.
Wide Web, which is nice. So, because I've looked a few things up, but I had to go out there instead of just clicking on a link. But we had to go through and make sure that we being everybody who has a website
Town
at the town,
page, yeah.
and all the pages, when you go through to look it up, to make sure that the information that was on there was up to date. Because I guess they had found
So-
some stuff that was probably ancient history and was not something that just got stuck
Yeah,
on
or like
somebody's
old
page.
links or like.
It never
yeah.
got taken off. So I already went through and did all that, but I go through and do that all this time, so
So is
all I-
there links to members on the website?
On
the
ours.
names are there.
Yeah, and our names, things like that, but
But
Not
not
email.
emails or anything like that?
No,
No.
no, private emails,
No.
no,
Mm.
just the name and when you expire as a member, what your term is. But it's the stuff down the sides, if you go into the town web pages, that, we have stuff on two sides. One side is mostly all the old meeting minutes and stuff like that, and the agendas are down there. Then the other side is like the DDB,
Yep.
the visitors map, the historic district, the National Historic Registry District, things like that. So all the stuff that's on there is still pertinent and up to date. So it took me like, a whopping 10 minutes to tell you.
yeah.
Because the only thing that changes, as I said, is people's date of when they're members.
Right.
So, and right now Eva and she said she hasn't, and I haven't either heard from anybody to say that we're being renewed
Oh, you haven't got the email back yet?
as of July 1st, so
I would like to think
I
they'll,
might need to have to
They'll
put a
send it to you
little
at the end of
bug in
June.
somebody's ear. But usually it does, it's not like because
That
it's
goes
not.
to,
like-
that goes to select board, right?
Yes.
When they vote,
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, our thing that was sent to all the groups, everybody's page, to look at their pages, because some of them, the stuff of, nobody's ever updated it. And there's a turnover,
right.
so
And that's
nobody
why
knows
things
who's
just-
in charge of this now.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, so, but we were, and I gotta thank you so much for being so quick.
Mhm.
So,
And when my email address changed, it took 3 years to go through the system.
Okay, correspondence.
I don't wanna do it.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
You made good
Kidding.
ones?
Just kidding.
So the dam should be under old.
Where are you?
Which dam is this now?
Dam
No,
removal
no,
Is there
was
more
up
than
meeting.
one?
Well,
Yeah,
there's,
well,
there's
sorta.
there's a dam,
The Eva one is the one I was just
Oh,
looking
okay.
at.
Yes, except that you didn't read it. There's a follow-up email
But we-
thanking her for sending them all this information.
Oh, good.
That was new.
aren't they also taking away the dam at
Mark-
Locken Road?
Mark and-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if you weren't at the town meeting, they were passing out,
Yes.
Byfield Days are back on this year.
The 16th of August, I think it is, right?
It is Saturday, August 16th, in Central Street Fields in Byfield, but the kickoff car show is the Friday night before,
Okay.
so.
And it's only gonna be at Central, at one location this time? They're not gonna have it all over town?
That's what it says.
well, that was Newbury Days, that wasn't Byfield Days.
Doesn't that say Newbury Town Day?
Is that Town Day or is that
It says
Byfield Days?
Newbury Town
Oh,
Day,
okay, all right.
but.
She said Byfield Days, so I thought she was talking about Byfield Days.
There's no-
It's Central Street in Byfield, so
Yeah.
it's not the town, it's Byfield. They always did this, right? Did they not always do this?
It used to be Byfield
There
Days.
used to be two
somebody-
separate
so
things, so
somebody
Byfield
put it-
Days and
There wasn't
Newbury
a-
Town Days.
No. Way back, it was just Byfield
Byfield
Days. There
Days.
was no Newbury
Lumberjack
Days.
competition.
That's
and
what
all
I
that.
remember.
Frying pan throwing, drunken boat race,
Yeah.
the floating of the animals and the people down the river,
Yeah.
canoe races and all sorts of.
And was it always at Manor Fields?
It was pre-Manterfield. It was like the old fire station,
Okay.
centralized,
Yep.
library.
Yep.
And
Library
The library and the
And
field by the
Chicken
library and all that.
barbecue.
Yeah,
The schoolhouse, next to the schoolhouse, I can't think of the name.
the yellow school.
Grange Hall.
Grange Hall. It was here, wasn't coming
So it
up.
was all there.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, this is the same thing as Byfield Days. It is not Town Days because I haven't seen anything that says they're gonna do something all over town again.
Well, that's my question. So it's like, are they just gonna
I think
condense it to
someone
one
just, they pulled
localized?
up the last,
Because
Thing they
last
had
year
and
they
changed
did
the date on
the
the back.
Spencer Pierce Little Farm. And they
Yeah.
consolidated everything there because the previous year it was just a free-for-all.
It was too
They
spread
had stuff
out.
all over the place.
All right.
Okay.
Next.
so I will double check and see if I can get in touch with somebody and make sure about it, but,
Okay.
yeah. the
I mean,
Newbury
I'm all for events
Cultural
and having people
Council.
get together
Yeah.
and stuff. It's just,
So, we'll
there
see what
needs to be a
happens.
cohesive thought.
So.
It's really what it is.
note to Joy saying I reviewed everything in our town website is too late. This is the information Eve has sent, saying we, the Historical Commission, have reviewed the old Hill Street barrier. This is from August, oh my God, April 26th. So she sent all the information that we had talked about, and plus the information that she had found, and sent it to them. So that is her email that she sent to them, plus the attachments that she gave out, which is the stuff that she had for us to look at. Oh, that wasn't.
Are there any recommendations in there for what they should do? What she sent off? Did we get a copy of that? I don't remember seeing that.
I don't know.
It's a letter.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Well, I assume it contained the information from our motion, is
Yeah.
what she was authorized to convey to them.
Okay.
Okay. We've gotten the most interesting email lately. You did get them. This gentleman called, see, I'm losing it completely tonight. I'm a retired museum and historical services professional with an interest in the centennial of Newbury. Fabulous. Both my wife and I are retired and have Newbury ancestors on the map of the green lots, and on that map, the green lots,
The lots on the green, that we have that map.
Oh, yeah.
on the map of the green lots, so I'm reading this.
Right.
And only found out the week after we were married that they had ancestors, is what it boils down to.
Okay.
They have a broad interest in earlier colonial America, Plymouth, correctly spelt in the old way,
Yeah.
plantation, and cultural post at historic St. Mary's City in Maryland. So, and he's not interested in a post. Darn, we could have got him on maybe. But he is interested if we need someone to transliterate a period text.
Oh.
Provide advice or suggest context. So his name is Eric Marr, M-A-R-R, and he is the Assistant Aviation Curator, retired of the National Museum of the United States Marine Corps. So I thought it was very nice that they've moved back here, and they'd like to help if we need help.
We need any
If we need
text,
somebody to
doesn't-
text that we can't read?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is nice, so that's that. We got another email, people are always asking us for information for their searches, but he's expanding his research, Mr. Ed Brumley in Scotland, and into research into the 400 that were captured in transports off Boston in June of 1776. He has hundreds of documents. A few of them were sent to Newbury, mainly the jail, and these are the captured people, not the
So
documents.
from the war? I'm talking about Redcoats?
1776,
Okay.
yeah. He wants to know if we have local diaries. So I, of course, sent it to Eva. Eva said, go to the Museum of Old Newbury. So I sent him how to get to connect to them, and how to connect to the Maritime Museum at the Custom House. So
Success.
hopefully that will help with whatever he's looking for. And we've got a message from a gentleman who lives at, Scott Bayer, who lives at 8 High Road, and he owns one of the townhouses, and he said they're in reviewing their master insurance with their agent, and she said her agency is limited to which insurance companies they work with on our policy, since it's in the Newbury Historic Database.
What?
I'm wondering if you would be able to see if the property is actually on that database?
So if it's part of the National Historical District?
Yeah. First I heard of this, but not my problem.
No?
So I gave him the connection to the town website, and, because I didn't, I got a send him something that was like 28 pages. He didn't really want to look at it. So I told him that, here's the information, you are indeed house number 30, I think it's, because it's weirdly numbered, the houses. So that's, the first I've ever heard of this, I have no idea. But they also sold, I believe it sold 5 and 5R high, which is,
The house we will, no, that's high. Go ahead.
yeah, right after the cemetery, the ones we were talking about, that's really, really,
Yeah, this
really
one.
old.
Yeah,
This
this one. No,
No.
this one.
Oh, okay.
Brown one?
Cam
The
Brown?
brown one
Yeah.
that he wants to tear down or something,
Well,
right?
that was the guy that was looking at it before. Now, he's evidently, we think, gotten permission to come, he's waiting to get permission to come in off that back road. The road that's like parallel to High Road,
Hold on, pull it up. So,
And-
Pond Street?
I guess. Yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, okay.
So, he's checking with Newbury to see if there's any reason why he can't put a driveway entrance there. So they can use the second parcel, which is the rear parcel, and I don't know what this
I don't know
doing.
what the rules are about driveways, but I mean,
That's
there's
on-
an obvious, there's
That's
an
not on
obvious.
us or anything to do with
Yeah.
this, so,
Yeah, we can stay right out of that.
but they cannot,
There's an obvious
the
spot though.
house itself has
Yeah.
restrictions of the color of the cabinets inside,
Right.
everything. So the other guy, the last time we were talking, that was interested in it, was going to tear it down and build townhouses.
Right.
It was his plan, until he found out he can't even change the color of the cabinets
So
inside
this
the house,
guy
and that
wants-
could be a problem.
Wants to create a driveway and then put townhouses
No,
back.
Well, he wants to build something back there.
And does it say how many acres?
Well, he can't subdivide the property if he doesn't have the footage on a real live road.
Right, right.
Yeah, so that's
We'll
why
do
he
that
has
right
to
now.
talk to Newburyport, because part of the back end of that's,
See,
I
look.
guess the back side of it is in
Look.
Newburyport.
Oh.
Look,
She's showing.
see how, like, see right here, that's probably where he wants to put a driveway in.
Okay.
It just looks pretty big.
But, and you could put a driveway in as long as this is one lot. You
Right.
can't put a driveway in if that's another lot, because you can't make another lot without the frontage.
That might be-
Somebody near us picked up a bunch of acreage, and it was on a gravel road, and they can't do anything with it. It wasn't a
Well,
real
once-
road.
Once again, not our problem.
Yeah.
No.
Except
At least they're not tearing it down.
if they try to change something in there, but it's on the thing, and they won't get a building permit, so.
Okay.
It's on the deed,
I love
I think
it.
it's 100, is it 150 feet now? It
probably.
used to be 50.
No, I think
When-
it's
when-
like
when- when
150.
the one next to my house got put in, I think it's 150 now. That's hard to come by.
150 frontage?
Yeah.
But you see, the property on the old Bushy estate is grandfathered in, because it was subdivided. Previously, and everything's approved, and somebody just happened to buy 2 of the lots, in effect,
Right.
and put a house on it.
Right.
And the other ones are already there, but you'll have to recover that cul-de-sac, put that road back.
That won't be hard.
No, because I think it's just under the lawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they just put stuff over it.
Okay, what's next?
Okay. Schoolhouse roof and window report. What?
Oh,
Everybody I talk to loves it.
The roof?
The roof.
The
I
roof
went
looks
by
awesome.
it the other day, it looks.
Really, have you seen it? It
I
really
went
looks
by
great.
by the other day, because I said, oh, you're almost there, you might as well go all the way down, and I'm like, are you kidding?
It came out great. It
It
really
looks
did.
like the old roof, except for
It's
the
really
color,
good. Yeah.
really, I mean, I don't see,
It looks like a cedar
yeah,
shingle roof.
so that was
What
awesome.
company did it end up being? The shingle?
I think they went with the one we recommended, didn't they?
I can't remember the name of it. I got a picture of their truck.
No, the shingle manufacturer.
Oh,
Manufacturer.
oh, yes, they went, definitely. It looked familiar. I grabbed one and turned it over and looked at it. I'm pretty sure it's the same manufacturer. It certainly is the same style.
Yeah.
Because I think there were 3 different sizes, right? There was a wider one, a narrower one, and something. And then on a lot of them, when they put them in, they just took a saw, they hold it in one hand and just saw like this, and stick it in.
That's crazy.
They,
Okay,
the
what is
people over there
this?
knew what they were
This is
doing.
from Eva. Eva sent this tonight and said it's about the old Hasty project. And she wanted to make sure that we knew, because she wasn't gonna be there.
Where we were, yeah.
So, and then she had it, if you'll see in the middle, down, the middle of the page, she had information about 50 high. So we can peruse it. Obviously, we aren't doing this right now, because we're waiting to get more information to see, well, we're waiting for the owner to
Right.
play their hand.
We're
So this-
talking about the peak property. The-
50, we're on 50 now. You
Okay.
got stuck over.
What happened to the dam? Are we still talking about the dam?
Well, the first part is about that. Thank you. She got a thank you note. We received a thank you from the people for the information that she sent, and the order of confirmation was noted to include access to the site. Remember how we said we'd
We
like to
want
make
to have
sure?
access to get somebody in there with a metal detector.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
So we are gonna have access to the site after the first layer has been removed, and access to the site to check what lies beneath. And Pat Huckery from Mass Wildlife forwarded our research, meaning the trustee, the one that she had already done,
Yep.
to the trustees, along with the trustees' land use history, so they can be aware of their own report.
I love it.
I didn't say that out loud,
So-
right?
Should we be thinking of spending some money on somebody with a metal detector?
I'm meeting somebody with a metal detector tomorrow morning, so
Okay.
I will have one available.
I can give you the license plate of the guy that
I
was
mean,
illegally
I
there, you
own
can call
one,
him.
so I mean, I could be there
You
too.
know
No,
you
well-
We're all there.
I got
I'll-
his license
Well,
plate.
no, Eva had somebody who she said was really good that she was recommending. So is that the same person you're talking to? Okay.
So right now, we're not worrying, I'm just reading what's going on. So this is the last of, I hope, the emails. We have another thing coming up, only because I read the paper once. One Little's Lane has been sold,
One little thing.
formerly known as Henry Becker's house, that only had 3 steps going up to it now. And then if you keep going down the Little's Lane, you get to the Spence Pierce Little Farm.
Right, trying to see what it looks like.
It looks like nothing,
Oh, okay,
except for the barn in the back.
right, yeah, I see,
The
okay.
old barn in the back. That's all that's left. The house that was in the
It
front.
is nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, because the people that owned Ipswich Glass, that built the big, huge house on the corner there that's on High Road,
yep,
bought his house so that, I was told at the time, I'm not positive it's true, they didn't want anybody to be able to look over the fence into their yard. So they spent 1.1 million to buy the property.
people do that.
Yeah. This is Newbury, I'm sorry, this makes
I
no
know.
sense to my poor little wallet,
Yeah.
but that's okay, because it has nothing to do with me. But in order to do anything, Spinea came after them because of that, the barn that's left. So, and that's what this information is, so if you guys want to look at it. We haven't done anything, we don't know anything, but it's, in case it comes up in front of us somewhere,
Yep.
we already know what we're talking, we know.
So somebody wants to take the barn down?
I don't know that anybody wants to do anything, they just bought it. But there's restrictions on the property, there's restrictions on the road going to Spence Pierce Little Farm. They evidently own the right to that road or something. And because a lot of people are gonna buy the land at One Little's and like use it like, say, like for catering business, but they were gonna have trucks going in and out, and they said, absolutely not, it's not supposed to be used that way. So there's a lot of restrictions there on that piece of property that's left, which, I printed the thing somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's really quite interesting. All that's left is this,
Yep.
okay, so there's no house left.
That's the one going down towards Spencer Little Farm.
Well, it's like, it's the back.
From High Road.
Yeah,
to get to
actually, I
Spencer's
drove
Place.
in there once and looked at that trespassing probably,
Yeah,
just to take a look at it, because I think there was a for sale sign on it for a while.
well, because the property was for sale,
Oh, okay.
but they can't do anything.
Checks out.
they can't do anything with the property, they can't do anything with a lot of it because
The restriction.
it's restrictions all over the place. So I'm just, it might come up, and because it's important that we know that there's restrictions, and Spinea will deal with it because they're the ones I think that got the restrictions put on there. So, with the other folks, just so we're up to date, we know what's going on, sort of, kind of.
Okay.
All right, I just don't want anybody to go, oh, where did this come from? All right, so Eva, so yeah, so this information from Eva that Eva sent is, because they thanked us and stuff, but she also had the 50 High Road information that she looked up, which is very helpful in case we have to worry about it. So that takes care of that. Take care of the gentleman. I think we're good on things. They kept coming in and then I couldn't get in the system, so.
All right, is that,
Moving right along.
so, number 7, so the roof and the windows are complete,
Yes. The only
okay?
thing that still needs to be done is there's still some bare wood, and I gotta get some paint on.
Okay.
Yeah, for the slides, they replace the wood there. And somebody's already asked me, when are we gonna paint it?
Nuh-uh.
I'm getting it, I'm getting it.
I know.
Having a couple of dry days and
No, but
get out there.
paint the whole
Oh, the
thing.
whole
White needs to be
building?
painted white.
Well, didn't the town do that
Because-
for us?
Wasn't that long ago?
Right,
4 or
yeah.
5 years ago?
It's up to the town to paint
And
it,
it
not
couldn't-
us.
But it wasn't
Yeah, they
scraped well
looked like
enough.
they just
They
slapped a
just
coat of
painted.
latex on it and it's all peeled.
Yeah.
They had to put new boards on the front, well, the front side that you see from High Road.
Yeah.
Right.
At one point,
And
not
I
that long
replaced a couple of
ago.
those as well.
Oh, in the bottom, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
So at least it doesn't
report
look scary.
from the Witches Stone
I
Department.
haven't followed up on that yet. I will get to it.
Okay, oh, it's actually stone and stone, 2
Right,
stones.
2 stones.
Review of the DDB. Are you still talking about changing timeframes on the DDB? Is that what you wanted?
no.
Oh, it says
because-
review because of 50 High Road.
Yeah.
50 High
Yeah.
Road applies for a tear-down permit. It's a 1700s house, and we are going to have to, because it is older
Yeah,
than
But have to invoke the
1820,
DDB.
it will kick it
Will
into
more
gear.
likely be just to run it, they'll probably want to change it.
It's this house.
Well, there was somebody
All that.
inquired of the town what it would take to demolish it, right?
And there's like a really
They own
big
it.
backyard,
Is
right?
that,
So
is that,
that's-
is that the house that was part of the not the Bushiest, the Plummer
No.
estate, the Barton estate?
No.
Okay.
It has quite a bit of,
What's the
I thought you were
address?
talking about
50
the barn.
High,
no, it's
Eden
switched.
Road?
Different
Eden
house.
Road?
50 High Road.
Close, same general area.
Yeah, that's right, so.
on your way home, it's on that
So like, look at
side,
the proproperty.
and it's a pale,
Yeah.
pale
And they
yellow.
probably want to demo it to access the backyard.
And it says here that Chrissy, admin for the building, received a request from the current owners of what would need to be done with the town if they wanted to tear down the existing structure.
Yeah,
This is from last month's meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's, you know,
It's 5-0?
yeah,
it's a very, very, very pale yellow. And you'll go by it on the way home.
Yeah, you'll zip right past it because you won't even notice it.
So,
It looks,
If you get
it
to
looks
Spencer
familiar.
Pierce Little Farm turnoff, you went past it, that's
Yeah.
how. But that boils down to, it has to go through the process. They have to go to town, they have to go to the building, they have to request a tear down. I believe they have to go through inspections before it can be torn down, including this, they have to check the septic, they have to check the, like, they have the chimney and all that
and
mold. is
asbestos
certain.
and lead.
Yeah, so they have to do all that, but if they do, get an approval for the tear down, it will immediately invoke the demolition delay bylaw.
We hope. Do we
No.
need to send a reminder to the building inspector or anything?
No.
No, it automatically triggers.
Peter and I
the-
already
Okay,
discussed,
all right.
But is this a derelict building?
I don't think so.
I mean,
No.
it's
I
got like
find
5 rooms, something, 1 bedroom, the house is full of mold. parts of it are rotting away.
Yeah,
Um,
it's probably, to the price point wise, too much to fix.
And I
for them.
believe, I keep thinking, I thought you told me something, but I can't prove it with any paperwork. I
Yeah.
thought it was like he inherited the house from
Yeah,
his
I
family.
vaguely remember that story.
And there was, at one point, there was some kind of an odd discussion about, they couldn't decide if they were gonna sell this and keep a property they have like up in New Hampshire or in Maine or something, or sell that one and tear this down and rebuild. But they're talking about the house. I haven't heard anything about any of the rest of it.
Could I see
Well,
it? My
so-
son's
So
not-
I think we should just make
That's
sure that
good.
we are aware
Mm.
that it may come up. And as I asked Peter,
I mean, every house is
even
savable.
even
as
if
far
we,
as I'm
if
concerned,
we
but-
go through it and say we don't have a problem
But
with
if the
it.
building inspector and the historical commission deem that it's a derelict
Yeah.
building and it does not apply, back to the argument we talked about a
Yeah.
year ago.
Right.
Is there a demolition permit needed for an outhouse?
Right.
It's up to, starts with the historical commission and the building inspector. If there's nothing left of the building and it has no reason, then we do not have to go
Just
through.
like one main, it's the same thing
Yeah.
as one main.
Yeah, have you seen
I
that
read
there's
it.
that
We went
building
over
in
this
there?
last
They got
year.
foundation in, I
There's
spent,
there's a,
I don't see
there's
it.
gonna be 2 townhouses.
really?
So 2 on one side, like the 4 total.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just saw the
Not my
forms up to
favorite.
the foundation,
Yeah,
yeah.
not my favorite.
No, not in that spot. Anyway,
I'm looking at this stuff, because it is the
You
other, reading the
gotta,
book.
you gotta go through the
The
big
big thick
book.
thing, but still, if it's,
That's the Reader's Digest version of it.
right, but if it's significant, if it's built in or before 1820,
But this,
1790.
before this even starts, it starts with the building inspector
Right,
and the historical commission, if it even requires. This is back to the discussion, do you need to do this if it's an outhouse?
I don't, I just,
I mean,
I'm not gonna say it now.
It's more than an outhouse though.
All right, so but I just want us to all be
how long ago was
aware.
it sold? Is there a Zillow that has? pictures or-
Probably. I bet you it has nothing inside. I mean, if it was, it might not have been sold though. If it was an inheritance, it might not have any of that.
Oh, that's
So-
true, yeah.
There was nothing on the property that I could find of restrictions of, and any of the, you can't touch it, you can't do this.
Right.
So, it would be a simple case of following the DDB and going with and Peter, thank goodness, is from Newburyport.
Okay.
So he's been through a gazillion of the DDB things, because of, they have like historic districts in every other blink of your eye,
Yeah.
so he's like, almost like the expert, and he's our building inspector now, so I went in and talked to him and said, oh, you're gonna have a problem, you're gonna help us. And he said, of course he would, so we're good with that,
Okay.
So that's all, right now, it's just a be aware thing, so we don't get caught by surprise,
All right,
okay?
any other unfinished business?
This would be good. Bring their, from 9 months to 12 months or something.
Well, yeah, we've been talking, we gotta get back on the talking. And not the animal. There's an animal called talking.
Okay.
All right, we're not doing anything about Macris tonight. That's it. Anything else for the board tonight?
I think there may have been something that I missed, but it's mostly
You can
just
filter it.
informative, not,
Yeah.
Not substantial.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
8:03.